Okay, let's get started. For base, we are comparing these two, which I actually am interested in these for a long time. And by the way, this one is, I believe, a limited edition packaging. The normal packaging is like it has a halo effect to it. The water glow coating cushion, and this is the water glow coating balm. Got the shade 23 and the shade 03 for this one. I think these are both the darkest shade. And let's try this one first. Typical sponge with a mirror. And I love this detail. They have this like irregular type of almost like paddle stone looking type of packaging. And it's a typical puff, a sealed, I think it's a mesh. Yeah, it's a mesh. So without too much talking of this, let's just get started. I think you should press this for a couple times to almost activate the formula in here. And this is actually not a typical mesh and also not a typical sponge. It's a mesh sponge. I don't know if you can tell because normally a mesh is just one mesh on the top layer with a chunk of product underneath, but this one is the mesh type of sponge throughout the packaging, if that makes sense. So let's try this out. Initially I feel like the color is a little bit too light, but today for some reason my face also is a darker color than usual. I didn't even go outside for a couple days. I don't know how I got darker today. I feel like it has something to do with the skin condition. Sometimes my skin just generally look brighter and sometimes it just look tanner, and today is the tanner side. I feel like the cushion looks nice, but one thing I don't like is, can you see these little streaks? I think it's just too much of glowy, slippery formula. I'm worried how it's gonna wear, like the long wear perspective of it. It just doesn't seem like it's settling down. But at the same time, it's not like it looks bad. It looks pretty nice. And because today my face somehow looked darker than my neck, so today I feel like the color sort of matches my neck, so I think it's acceptable. Today is on the warmer side of the weather, so my face is oilier than it usually is, and this feels like something you might feel a little bit too oily if you have oily skin already. I think it has about light medium coverage. I don't have too much to cover, but you can see the redness is covered pretty well, and it's not settling into my pores, which is a big issue for me when I wear foundations. A lot of foundations tend to settle into my pores, but this one is not doing that. From right now, the only concern I have is, will it last? Will it move around during the day? The Water Glow Coating Balm. So this is a balm. I swatched it previously. Let's just straight up apply this. I don't know how much I should use though. Just taking a little bit. Oh, it feels like that little bit is enough. Immediately I can see this one has more of a satiny finish. It's not matte at all. So it's more of like a natural satin skin-like type of finish, and the coverage is about the same level. This one is not settling into my pores as well. Both of these are a neutral light medium olive skin tone, so my skin is on the warmer side, like a warm olive, so this one could look a little bit too cool for me. But it's not pink. I can't do pink foundations. But yeah, I think you can see it's not looking like it's too pink. It's more on the like a middle side, more of a neutral. I think you can tell they are both like creasing on my eyelids, but the previous one, the mesh one, settling more on my eyelids. For now, I like both because they both look pretty smooth on my skin and it doesn't look heavy at all. We're gonna do the wear test at the end of this video. So for now, let's move on to the concealer. This one is a mini because I bought a big set from them and this is included in it. It feels like a very typical creamy type of formulation. Let's try it. I'm just gonna use a little bit on the back of my hand because I really don't want to apply too much concealer. I mainly just use concealer to highlight my face. To my surprise, this concealer is actually very lightweight. It's not the very creamy, you know, the Nars Radiant something concealer. Not that type of creamy. It's more of a thin texture and it blends into a thin layer. I can't say this is a very high coverage. I don't think it is. Even though I don't have much to cover, but I can still tell this is more of a light medium coverage for a concealer. But it doesn't look heavy under my eyes, which concealers tend to look heavy under my eyes. And it's looking nice around my mouth and also looking nice around my nose. So that's nice. I personally do really like this concealer. I think it's a great formula. And I have the shade 15, I think. This is a pretty pale shade, so I wouldn't be able to use it for actual concealing. This is a pure highlighting shade for me. And I feel like the finish is on the glowy side as well. It's not super glowy, but it's natural on the glowy side. It's not matte at all. So for powder, we have two shades from actually the same formula. It's their Stay Fixer multi-color powder. I have the shade 03 Satin Pink and 01 Pale Clear. This is a sample that they decide to put along with the order. I think this is more of a medium size. There's only 4 grams in here, which is still more than enough. And this is those, you know, multi-color concept type of powder, similar to the Givenchy one that everybody loves. But I haven't used that one, so I can't say if this is similar or not. Like, I can see the powder having different colors, but I don't know how this color is gonna play out on my face. I'm leaving the cheek area pretty lightweight with the powder because there's a cream blush I want to apply on top of this. So initial thought, I think this kind of give me a pink hue on my base. Before I set it, it doesn't look this pink. So actually I don't know how I feel about that. This is such a cute... Oh, I think the only choice is to just do this. I think on the camera somehow I look even more ghosty on this side, but in real life I feel like this side is more close to my neck. Maybe it has flashback. Let me test. Maybe that's the reason. I think you can tell there's flashback. So that's why it looks different on your face than in real life. The pink side did have less flashback. Blue and the green one has more flashback. I think now I prefer the pink one. Even though I don't really do photos with flash in my daily life, but the fact that it looks like this on the camera, it feels like a little bit disappointing to me. This product, which is the item that I am the most into for today, not into, the most looking forward to for the day. This is their Soft Sheer Multi-Palette in the shade 04 Peach Flush. I think they previously had this line and they did a very cohesive palette actually. They are almost all blushes with creams and powder formulas, but the whole palette basically looks like they are the same shade. So this is the new addition to that. They put some highlighting shades and also some darker shades, gives it a little bit more variety to use on other parts of your face. So today, I want to try, can I do almost a full face with it? Eyebrow with this as well, using that brown. Well, immediately, it's very red. But blend it out, it doesn't feel too bad. On the daily basis, and I don't really want to pull out another item to apply my eyebrow, I would be okay with this color because it's not too much off than my real hair color. It's a little bit red, but not too much. Still bearable. Probably because it's a pinkish red. It's not a very orange, yellowish red. So it still looks somehow normal on the eyebrow. Right, I kind of like this color. This shade. And I'm applying this all over my eyelid. This one, it's a corally pink with a satiny finish. It's not totally matte, but there's no shimmer in it. Nice. It's not like no color type of sheer. It still gives you a nice amount of color, but it's still on the sheer side. I think I would try to use all of the powder shade on my eyes. I hate those type of sheer eyeshadow that you still have to build it even to get the sheer type of pigmentation. This is the type I like, which you do not have to try to get any pigment. It's like you just randomly, you just tap it for a couple times and you apply, you just get the level of pigment you can get from this palette. You don't have to build, you don't have to try hard to blend it either. It's just very easy to use. I have used a lot of K-beauty eyeshadows. For example, the Daisy eyeshadow palette. That is a palette that I even have to build for the amount of sheer pigmentation that I want. But this is more close to SUQQU satiny shades type of thing. You don't have to build. It's just there's not so much range of pigmentation level you can get. I'm thinking, where do I use this one? Because these two shades are very close. This one is just looking slightly more pinkier. Maybe let's try to apply this on my lower eyelash area. Oh, this one is more shimmery. Can you tell? Even on the camera you can tell it's more of a shimmery type of color. I like this shade as well. Maybe we can layer a little bit on the center of top eyelid. This is probably very good for people who have very big eyes and very, this is a weird thing to say, but very round eyeballs. Everybody's eyeball is round, I know that, but you know, this area is very kind of curved, so you can show a lot of the sheen from the products. If you have that type of eye shape, I think this shade would look so beautiful. Let's apply a little bit of this shade. I really like this shade as well. It's not patchy. It blends very evenly. The only thing is I think this one is not pigmented enough to use as an eyeliner. Yeah, I don't think it's pigmented enough to be an eyeliner shade. But if you are super pale, I think it might be working. But for me, this is not enough. A little bit of this glitter. I almost think this shade might look better applied with a brush. So let's try with a brush. Yeah, it's very subtle. So if you like strong glitters, this is probably not your thing. But I personally really like this shade. Let me try with finger on the other eye. Yeah, I still like the brush side. Let's layer with the brush. Take a fluffy brush and lightly sweeping at the highest curve of your eyeball, and that way you can get this like almost wet looking glowy finish. I really like this. Okay, here the eyeshadow is done. I actually really like this, if you can tell. So now let's try the blush shades. I think the bottom three can all be used as blush, But let's try the balm first. Maybe let's try with the sponge to add a little bit more color. Yeah, no problem with the sponge either. It's not patchy at all, and it's not moving the foundation underneath around. Okay, nice. I don't think it's disturbing the foundation. Well, let me see. Well, on this side, it is doing that for a little bit, but on this side it's fine. Is that has anything to do with the foundation? Because I do feel like after setting with the powder, this side is looking a little bit heavy. Can you tell? Like it's slightly settling into my pores after setting with powder. So maybe it has something to do with the foundation. And again, after setting, can you see this little crease on my nose? So the balm foundation, it doesn't perform super well after setting it. Okay, let's layer a little bit more this shade on top of the blush we already applied. Oh, I like this shade as blush as well. Don't know how it looks on the camera, but in real life this is very blended and very diffused, and it's pretty pigmented. Can you see? I just built it a little bit and it's pretty pigmented. This is kind of not like a typical Korean blush where it's super sheer. It's normally very, very sheer, but again, this one, very nice coverage, not coverage, pigmentation. And it has a pretty bad kickoff. Pretty loosely pressed formulation. Maybe let's try the pink one on the other side. I think the color would be quite similar on the cheeks anyway. Yeah, it's pretty similar, just this one has more sheen to it. And I do feel like this side, as I apply more, is looking more and more heavy. I do think that has something to do with the foundation. The mesh cushion side, even though I said I'm worried about it's gonna be moving around, but for now it's not. It's just, again, after setting it, this area has a little bit heaviness to it. Other than that, it's looking fine. I cannot say this is my absolutely favorite foundation at all, but I think it's okay. It at least is okay. So now let's apply maybe this one for highlight. It's a satiny shade, a very skin-like. It's almost satiny. There's no shimmers to it, but at the same time, I do feel like if your base is just a little bit glowy, you might not see the glow this powder can give you. It's a very, very faint satiny glow. So okay, I think that's pretty much it for this palette. The only thing left is about the longevity, which we will update at the end. Only one thing left, the Waterfall Glow Tint, and I have the shade 03. It's a very typical lip tint packaging, and this is a corally pink shade. I think the packaging is a little bit misleading because this is not that coral at all. I like this finish as well. It's not too pink, because sometimes if it's too pink, it looks weird against my base because I'm warm olive. This is nice. It is a little bit corally when you apply on your lips. And let's see, does it leave a tint? Oh yeah, I guess it does. It's a pretty strong tint, right? I didn't apply it for that long. Okay, great. I will update you at the end of the day. Okay, it's almost 8 hours later. Didn't eat anything actually in this 8 hours. Because I didn't eat anything, so probably it's not a best test for this lip. But I think it lasted pretty well. Some lip tint, even if you don't eat and drink, it still fades in a span of 8 hours. So I do want to say this tint wears pretty well. I think this foundation is pretty oily, given the weather is not very warm. I feel like this side overall is pretty cakey and it's settling into my pores. And this side, well, it's a little bit better, but it's still like have a little bit of this heaviness. And on my forehead, it does look a little bit heavy on this area. The eyeshadow and the blush wears really, really well. So let's do a quick roundup. These two foundations, I think I like neither of them. None of these are gonna be my favorite. Water Glow Coating Balm looked great after the initial application, but after setting with the powder, immediately it looks heavier and settles into my pores as I wear it during the day, which is not really my favorite. I feel like if I would rate this product 5.5 or 6 out of the 10, I don't hate it. I think it will feel okay to use it, but at the same time, I don't think I look forward to use this in a daily basis. I don't know if you can relate to this. Having a very smooth, very natural looking, not heavy at all, like absolutely smooth base gives you this pleasure during the day, and this definitely don't give me that pleasure. The one that I found wears the best in all lightings, in all situations, are still SUQQU foundations. Every time I wear their foundations, I feel that way. So yeah, I don't know about this. The cushion one, it was okay. I think it's a little bit too slippery, but at the same time, it doesn't look too bad on my skin, and I would be okay to use it, but it still is looking a little bit heavy after setting it. So I don't know. I think I want to try this more with a different powder, a powder that I know, to see is it because of the powder. But from now, not gonna be my favorite. My favorite K-Beauty foundation is still the Tirtir red one. The powder, I didn't really like the powder, to be honest. I think I feel the same way about these two products. I just don't think it's a invisible powder. I like my powder to be invisible, or if you're not invisible, you have to be giving this smooth finish, but this gives none of that. I think they just make my face look matte and a little bit pinkier and not much more. You can see the powderiness on your face as well. You know, I see people love this, and from what I can tell, the people love this are all people with perfect skin, and I don't really have perfect skin. Maybe it looks pretty nice on the camera, but I do have a lot of like pores and textures and stuff, so not my favorite. And this one, the one with this color combination even gives you a flashback if you use flash to take your photo. The concealer, I don't have anything against it. It looks nice. I do like this concealer, but it's not like it's better than everything else. It's just amongst all of the nice, good concealers, this is one of them. It's not the best, but I wouldn't repurchase this if I ever run out of it, but I would be happy to use it. That's where this concealer stands. So for this palette, it's probably my favorite thing in today's video. I can use all 6 of the shades, and all of the shades look nice against my skin. They blend nice and they last pretty well, considering how, you know, it's a sheer pigmentation type of palette. But I don't think anything faded. I just look oily, but all of the colors are still there. I think this is just a great sheer pigmentation palette. When I say that, I mean it blends very evenly and you don't have to try hard to get pigmentation. I don't know what else to say. It's just perfect for me. I almost want to buy the other shade, but I don't think I would like the other shades better than this one, so probably not. I think I will just enjoy this one palette. It's really good. The lips is my second favorite in this video. It is actually a very thin formula. So if you really like those a little bit jelly but still very watery type of formulation, I think you would like this. It's not thick at all. And when you apply it initially, you do have this high glossy type of finish, and that shine does fade, not really quick, but probably in an hour, and you're left with this very even tint, right? It's very even, and I think even if you rub it, it's not coming off, it's still there. So as long as you're not eating something super oily, I think this tint would last you very well. I did drink a couple times and you know, it's still looking like this. I do recommend you to try if you love something like this, and I like this color as well. This number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's my review for today. If you have any requests related to Asian makeup, leave a comment down below. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.